You used to pose as an adult? All you need is to stretch out your legs. And if you have anything here from pecs to boobs or a six pack or working out, people will think you're an adult. It's so easy to lie about, especially when your family doesn't know what Parkinson's is. There's usually go away with Parkinson's. It just takes a second. You get groped too many times, you develop boobs. And heroin injections can develop boobs. It hurts to be on heroin though, but some girls desperately want boobs, and you should understand that. If girls want them temporarily, it's called retransitioning. I'm a vegetarian. Bacon is kosher. People don't know it's pig stuff. That's not. It has to be done a certain way. It's crispy bacon is kosher. You just can't eat it right after coffee. That's what people mistake for milk. You have to drink coffee with it. And if you don't know the difference between right after and drinking with, just avoid coffee till you know. If someone should teach you common sense, ask. I'm not going to abused at home. I am. Not that I know my family doesn't mean it and they have to yell. Really stressed, and I get abused and feel like I'm being beat by Ashley again through PTSD if I'm yelled at, which I felt before, but though nobody listens. I make jokes that my mom is evil. Day 4. Hell, to be rescued by good parents one day. Buck, you want to say hi? Let me meet my doll, Jules. What gender is he? I wonder. That's she in his culture, but he's a guy. He wouldn't be topless. Minnie. I love my toy. I'm overtly happy having this toy. Are you okay? Asks the puppy Turbo. There's no crabs down here. I had a fan who asked. I'm gonna show the doll. It's just not a thing. It's literally not. It's literally just a toy. It's just a fabric shell. It's not drawn. See, it's just kind of a toy. But here's the thing. I think he's projecting on my doll. If he has crabs, he needs to shave down there, which is painful for a few days. Soap, water, and a rag. And then just lay bed bound for a while. And then exercise overtly by his standard, which is usually just lazy moping around. And he'll be good. He has to shave the thighs if it's crabs. I shouldn't shave all of it if it's crabs, unless he wants to get it again. When kids get starved or hurt, they start eating potatoes a lot because potatoes are very filling. Filling is a stereotype. They're like, oh, it's filling, it's good, it fills your stomach. It doesn't. Most of the stuff they say. Potatoes are stereotypically what that is, though. It will fill an entire child's stomach to have too many of these. You should probably only give a kid like one unless they're like overweight or wanna be, or a Thompson or Zacharias. Or I feel like you're neglecting. You just gotta ask them politely. Do you like Percy Jackson? If your character has scars on its chest like Luke Costello. This is really stupid, but it works. Most trans people will say yeah if they're not trans openly and they say it uncomfortably in any way. It means they feel abused and they just need to be shuffled around a while as adoptions because that will happen with a disorder called mucus, which I have. Not mucus, mucus. A ton of people feel overly abused a lot from trauma and stuff. It's really easy to abuse us. This is my original face as Alexian. Yes, I am not Perseus. Well, the Percy was insane in the original novels that were recorded and reimagined. They wouldn't like Percy Jackson. Percy's good though. Yeah, Percy's my cousin. Biological family looks a lot alike. Annabeth Chase. That's what demigod. These are fake, but I actually do need glasses, so it just helps me to have them on. It looks cool. Means it does correct my vision. It just should be a 0-0 lens, and people are weird that blind people could need that to train to see Silencia. People who are mean towards colored contact permanent changes don't really get that it's like a thing, but they'll have to eat very little unless their stomach explodes as blood and guts, and then you just gotta sew them back up like a teddy bear. Um, you like literally how you sew stuffing. It'll fix it. They'll just have a weird scar, and it should be in the shape of a zigzag, or depending on how well you do the surgery and how painless. You can bring them back by stabbing their heart with an EpiPen, injecting heroin into this shoulder and then this shoulder, and then doing heart like once and then just twice and then 3 times and then 4 to 6 is like on the body. CPR is what it's called. And you bring them back because I'm a necromancer. Necromancy is the study of bringing people out of severe death or comas. It's technically illegal, but I do it. I just tell people what to do. It's not illegal if you have free speech in America. Is going to be the one doing it. But I mean, I'm not getting dirty. I'm just educating people, and it's not wrong to educate in America. I shut off my eyebrows again. Rituals of Paul. A project. What is the project? That's the first myth of insanity in the ARG. Um, Going crazy from abuse. So much so that magic starts to manifest through lighting. I'm not lying about my ages of crowns. I just got titty. The thing is, if you keep reading the diary, there is sex education in the book and language and cultural exchanges on gender, which is usually the reason people ban the book. There you can censor the vagina. It just has crabs and people, if they've ever lived on an island from Japan to Hawaii to New Zealand, do need to see that image because it kind of indicates the difference between crabs and STDs. Imps aren't actually crabs. It's a roach infestment that's been in your house, and you shouldn't kill that because it keeps the environment around until they start showing up in your room. That's what imps are in the Secret Diver Cons locket. STDs are sexually transmitted disease. Ziz. While roaches do that a lot, that doesn't make them the thing they catch or spread if you keep one as a pet. They're from fucking someone or something and getting lice. My lice are gone again. The problem is I do have a beanie now. If people are mean, they shouldn't wear this beanie. If people are nice, they should. This beanie should only be given to my friends, and I tell their parents this, and they're cultural. That are cool with this stain on it. It does not come. Some people say that it's toothpaste because it will kill lice if you wear it. The problem is this makes my friends think I gave them lice because this kind of beanie has a pattern on it, and lice are afraid of patterns. Where while you will feel it crawling more overtly, like you should wear beanies if you get lice or dandruff too hard. You develop lice out of abuse and stress. People don't just develop that parasite. You have to be a good host. In order to be a host for lice, you kind of have to be a host for like DID, which means you have been raped or beaten or the equivalence of it for your mental state really young. It's usually not who you're with now. I'm in that situation. So these are my three objects, child protective services. If you do come, I ask you don't, instead just give me vacations as that system of kidnappings. My computer. And either the charger to my computer or my headphone. It's gonna be one of the two. I don't care if family can't adopt because they're poor is why I say that. If they generally are afraid of spending money, they shouldn't adopt. In general, that's like a thing with it. If the kid likes being poor, which can't happen with abuse victims, which is what adoption's all about, then yeah, no, they should live in a trailer park if they're poor, because the kid won't actually feel that abuse there. They'll just have depression. But some kids find that soothing. You can always tell someone they're your bio kid, but you shouldn't if they were really adopted or they think of making it all up. At some point, if you're a parent, unless you're Yiddish, you should come clean. And if you're Jewish with being Yiddish, which is like Germans leftovers from Nazis, yeah, it's just the people who died in the Holocaust kind of internalized the symbols of it. That's what Yiddish is. They're Germans. That is what stereotypically Nazis are, just as hate and bigotry. Nazis aren't always like that. Jews aren't usually the things that attack them. They're not usually a war trying to kill them in concentration camps, but if they're Yiddish, they probably do kind of like the swastika at some point. That then came from Italy, Greece, and China, and Romania. Gave it dots. It's not evil. It's a Jewish star or a cross. The thing is, though, during the Crusades, the cross that you wear around your neck and worship of Jesus was seen as Hitler worship in Germans. And the thing is, people are really mean about that. The projects came out of World War II. Um, they're special needs because you get hurt. Growing up in a war can cause the projects. We're headed towards a World War III because I'm in the projects again. So that's what Death Note's about. The problem is, if you know my systems, you can localize names. World War II was people being really mean towards welcoming others home. They stole land in Germany, then got mean about the people who wanted to move back home because they ran out of it. So they started killing people as gifts who all technically accidentally signed up for it because of differences. And then they started turning it into mean things towards those people to feel better about the fact that they were. World War II was bullying. The projects happens every now and then during a genocide or prevention of one or the aftermath of one. But because all my friends and I have disabilities as the projects, it eventually becomes that again. So it's mutations. Can you see how my mutation is in my brow and my nose? And my lips? Do I look like a normal human? Or do I look like a doll? Be real with me. Do I look like a human or do I look like a toy? Did you just see that? Watch. Your face is much more on camera. I have multiple faces from getting a very bad, severe case of mumps as a legacy. That happened during World War II. It can reset you to young ages, so you kind of become immortal, but you forget it from time to time. And like the thing is, I have different faces now. I'm Adam Snowflake Archive. My family gets abusive because they start to develop the mumps and they think I gave it to them in a weird psychosomatic way and they hurt me for it. I can't say what they really did. It was so long ago and they don't remember. But they did it. Then that school recreated it for them. Rental Hall rescues people for projects. And I'm allowed to be mean about it because they hurt me in the process of getting that done as the Trail of Tears rituals. I don't mind suffering, but I deserve money if I do. That's all there is to it. And we're out again. That's the history of World War II on a person. You said I could explain it any way I wanted, Mr. Nixon. There you go.